rise, and we're going to have Cullen, Dana, and Julia lead us tonight. Whenever you're ready, guys. Would you please remain standing this evening? As you all know, today is the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Pearl Harbor. 75 years have passed since that dreaded day, that fateful day, and we're recognizing all the brave men and women of the United States of America who lost their lives defending this nation of the horrible attack that Japan had taken against us that day. So today's the 75th anniversary, so we're going to bow our heads, and we're just going to reflect a little bit in a moment of silent meditation. Thank you. Okay, thank you all. Okay, you can be seated. Thank you. Cullen, where are you going?
Oh, just have him sit over there.
Only joking. Just sit. You can sit right there. Okay, all right. Before we get started, I'm just going to announce this is, again, the town board meeting of the town of Carmel for Wednesday, December 7th, 2016. For the record, all board members are present with the exception of Councilman Schneider, who has a family obligation and couldn't be with us this evening. We have our town clerk, Ann Spofford, all the way down to my right. All the way down to my left is our town attorney, Greg Fulchetti. And in the audience, we have representatives from Putnam County and New York State here as well. We have Senator Terrence Murphy. Terrence, thank you for being here tonight, Senator. We have Sheriff Don Smith in the back. Sheriff, thanks for taking the time to be here as well. So tonight is... Assemblyman-elect Kevin Byrne. Kevin, where are you? Kevin Byrne is here with us tonight also. Thank you, Kevin, for being here. Tonight is a special meeting that we're having here, and it's to acknowledge a brave young man that we have the benefit of having residing in the town of Carmel. We're very fortunate to have Cullen here with us residing in our town, and I know Dana and Julia feel the same way, right, girls? Yeah. So we're here to award Cullen this evening some proclamations, and the senator is here to award you with the Liberty Medal. It's the highest recognition that a citizen can receive in the state of New York for bravery and heroics that you have expressed and what you have done here in the town of Carmel, Cullen. So we're also grateful for you and for being here with us tonight. Your heroics on November 10th were amazing. You did what seasoned first responders do, what they're trained to do. You sprung into action without giving it a second thought about your own well-being. It's incredible that you had the presence of mind and the instincts to do what you needed to do. And the outcome of your actions was that you saved two 17-year-old girls who were in trouble. They were in serious trouble. And you bailed them out. You were able to rescue them from their overturned vehicle that was submerged in the lake. Not only was it in water, but it was in about a foot of mud and silt and things like that. So I'll let you talk a little bit about that later on. But we're so thankful for Cullen. Mr. Malzo is here. Mrs. Malzo is here as well. Some other relatives of Cullen are here tonight also. Dana is here tonight. Dana Cicelli is here with her family as well. And Julia Brower are here with her parents and her sister, I believe, also. So it's really a great honor and a privilege that we can be here tonight to honor you, Cullen, and that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. So without any further ado, I have a proclamation here that I'll be presenting to you on behalf of the Carmel Town Board and myself, and then State Senator Terrence Murphy is going to present the Liberty Medal to you, and Sheriff Don Smith, I believe, has some proclamations from the county that he's going to present to you as well. So we're going to get started. Cullen, if just go up to the podium over here, please. And Town Board, would you join me? Does this family want to, family members come on up also? This family, you want to come up and join Cullen, or? Okay, so Cullen, let me ask you something. When you were outside of your home on November 10th, the very last thing that you were thinking about was having to enter the waters, the cold waters and murky waters of Lake Mahopac to effect a rescue of two young ladies that were trapped in their overturned car, right? That's the last thing that was on your mind. It wasn't on your agenda that day, but we're so thankful, and I know everyone in this room here is so thankful that you were there and that you witnessed the accident, you heard the screeches, you heard the car collide with the telephone pole, the car rolled over, it landed upside down on its roof in the lake. And what Cullen did was, he had his cell phone with him, as most of us do, and most kids his age, he's 19 by the way, have their cell phones with them. So the first thought in Cullen's mind was, he probably doesn't want me to, yeah, he wasn't on it, But what he did do was he thought about calling 911 to report the accident. So he did attempt to do that. So on his first try, he actually used his calculator. The calculator on the phone, he dialed 911 and
Didn't equal anything, I promise.
it didn't equal anything, not at all. So when he realized that it was the calculator and not the phone that he should have been using, he actually went right away to dial 911 with his phone, and he reported the accident. But after he did that, that's when he really sprung into action. That's when, his instincts kicked in that I have to do something. So one of the things he did was he found a large rock, a large stone that he could bring with him into the lake in the event that he had to smash the window. They had to break the window to effect the rescue. So he found a large rock, brought it in the water with him, and went right over to the car. And what he found was that the window was broken already. One of the windows in the doors were already shattered, so he didn't need to break the window. But what he didn't know was how many people were in the car. You had no idea, right? You saw it was a car that lost control, rolled over, and landed in the water. But he knew there was somebody in the car, and he had to do something. So Cullen immediately reached into the car, was feeling around because it was dark, the water was murky and cold. Didn't know how many occupants were in the car. So he did grab a hold of one of the young ladies. I think it was Julia. All right, he grabbed her arm and was able to extract her from the car and brought her out to safety. And then it was either Julia that told Cullen, or it was stated that there was somebody else in the car, that Dana was in the car. So what Cullen did was he went back into the car, reached around inside of the car, and grabbed a hold of Dana's ankle, right? Grabbed a hold of her leg and pulled her out of the car that way. So your actions, were really incredible. They were amazing, and because of that, because your presence of mind and your instincts that you had to get them out of the car. And most 19-year-olds don't think that way. They really don't. So other 19-year-olds would have stood on the shoreline with their cameras and started videotaping the accident scene, and not even really thought twice about going in the water. So you immediately sprung into action, and because of that bravery and the heroics, once again, we have two young ladies here that are with us tonight because of you. So we're really extremely proud of you. I know there's going to be others that are going to speak about you as well, the senator and the sheriff. But on behalf of the town of Carmel, my town board behind me, we just want to acknowledge those acts of bravery and the heroics. And we really appreciate you being here in this community and doing what you did, because I know both of those families. I actually, Jude I've known forever, and the Cicellis, I've known them for many years also. So I actually know both of the girls that you saved, and I want to thank you for that on behalf of the town of Carmel. Great job. And I know Mom and Dad, you're extremely proud of this guy, right? I mean, it's incredible. I mean, you raised a wonderful son here. He really turned out well. I mean, you really gave him that foresight and that fortitude and things like that to be a really good person and a hero in this case, because he is a hero. All right, so I'm going to read the proclamation, Cullen. Whereas in the early evening hours of November 10th, 2016, Cullen Malzo, a Mahopac resident, was standing outside of his Mahopac home when he heard the sounds of a screeching vehicle. Cullen then observed the car cross over the center of the roadway, striking a utility pole. It then overturned and landed in the waters of Lake Mahopac upside down, landed on its roof. Whereas immediately following the crash, Cullen Malzo called 911 and without hesitation or concern for his own safety, ran across the street and courageously entered the cold and murky water to assist the occupants of the now submerged vehicle. Whereas Cullen Malzo, not able to see or communicate with the occupants of the vehicle, relied solely on his ability to reach inside and grab them. And upon pulling one of the girls to safety, Cullen heroically went back and safely removed the second girl from the vehicle. And today, the town of Carmel celebrates Cullen Malzo for his courage, bravery, and heroic deeds. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel recognizes selfless and brave acts of courage and commends Cullen Malzo for his valiant and heroic action and proclaims Cullen Malzo to be a hero, an outstanding citizen, and a friend, and is hereby awarded this proclamation. Congratulations, Cullen. Hey, brother. How's it going? Good. Older brother? All right, awesome. You got a hero for a younger brother here. Great job. All right. So stay here. You have more coming, Cullen. This is just the start of it. Okay. I'd like to call up State Senator Terrence Murphy to present Cullen with the New York State Liberty Medal.
You know, Supervisor, first of all, thank you. Thank you for the honor and privilege of hosting this event tonight. And you had mentioned 75 years today. I just met Cullen's older brother, who, where did he go? It's like the little Incredible Hulk back there. But he just told me that he's going to be being shipped back over to Iraq in the next few months. Our hats are off to you, to our service members. Come home safe. You know, in life, the good Lord puts you in places where you're supposed to be. And on November 10th, obviously, he put you in your driveway for a reason. To save two girls that are here tonight. To make sure that their families were not in harm's way either. And what you did was what the supervisor said, and I'm not going to reiterate everything that's said. It was absolutely heroic. We are not going to two funerals. We're here to appreciate a local hero like yourself. So I am here tonight to present to you New York State Senate's highest honor that you can receive as a civilian. It is called the New York State Liberty Medal. And I'd like to present this to you for your heroic actions, and God bless you.
Thank you.
I like to say it out of my own words instead of from the piece of paper here, but this is the certificate that comes with it. And the Liberty Medal is not given out. I actually have to apply for this, an application in with the New York State Senate. So there's very, very few people in New York State that actually get this Liberty Medal. And we are here tonight to present this to you, but it's presented for exceptional valor and dedication on behalf of the people of the New York State. This award hereby honors Cullen Malzo, December 7th, 2016, for your heroic efforts. God bless you. Thank you for all you do. Well done. We have Assemblyman-elect Kevin Byrne is here with us tonight that has something else for you too.
Yes, Cullen, we didn't get to meet yet, Kevin Burns. I haven't taken office yet, so I'm here on behalf of our incumbent Assemblyman Steve Katz, who has a proclamation for you. But I want to just take a moment just to say how grateful I am to have you here in Mahopac. I'm a resident of Mahopac, and it's nice to know we have neighbors like you looking out for us. Not to go on too long, but I was the victim of a bad car accident earlier this year, and I volunteer in the fire department over in Kent. So I've been, trapped in a car waiting to get out. It is scary, scary stuff. And we're very, very fortunate. We have some really great first responders here in Putnam County and in New York State. But sometimes it takes a little while for them to get to you. And sometimes you can't call them. So to have someone like you to take that initiative, to get out there, put your own life at risk, to go and save these two ladies, it really is heroic. I think it's kind of fitting that, I know Supervisor Schmidt mentioned that it's the anniversary of Pearl Harbor. You're 19? 19, okay, so 9/11 is my generation's Pearl Harbor. So you were around, right? And, you know, we could always use more heroes, and that's what you are. You're a hero. So I just want to congratulate you. Thank you. This is a proclamation on behalf of the New York State Assembly. I don't have a medal to give to you, but I'll tell you this. If you want to take a trip up to Albany while I'm in office, it would be my honor to introduce you on the chamber floor to the other 149 members in the Assembly. All right? Thank you.
Putnam County Sheriff Don Smith has a proclamation to present to Cullen.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Supervisor Kenny Schmidt, the town board, and Senator Terrence Murphy for inviting me to be here tonight. I think this is a very symbolic night that this is being presented, Cullen, on the 75th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor. Because although Pearl Harbor was a day of infamy, as coined by President Roosevelt, Pearl Harbor and the war we entered created what was known as the greatest generation, a generation of heroes. And I think it's nice to know, Senator, that we still have heroes in the United States of America. Supervisor Schmidt and I just came from the youth court graduation, and I know you reap what you sow, and we're growing a new generation of heroes there. Senator, thank you for representing Joe, mentioning Joe, because he is a hero. And I think all the members of our armed forces, our police officers, our firefighters, our members of law enforcement, our emergency medical first responders, they're all heroes. They go out and put their lives on the line to keep us safe right here at home. But Cullen, tonight is your night. We're recognizing you because you're a citizen and you're just a young man with your whole life ahead of you. And you have saved 2 lives. So tonight, I would like to present you with the Putnam County Sheriff's Life-Saving Certificate of Commendation. This Life-Saving Certificate of Commendation is presented to Cullen Malzo for heroic actions performed with disregard for his own life and safety at the scene of an automobile accident with a car submerged in water, resulting in the saving of 2 lives on November 10th, 2016. Without regard for his own personal safety, Cullen entered frigid, murky water and rescued 2 people who were trapped in an overturned vehicle in the water. Cullen is hereby commended for his heroic and selfless actions, which were in keeping with the highest standards and traditions of the Putnam County Sheriff's Office and the law enforcement profession. On behalf of all the members of the Putnam County Sheriff's Office and Correctional Facility, and on behalf of all of us who proudly serve in law enforcement, we congratulate and thank you for your bravery, courage, and devotion to mankind. Cullen, we are very proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And Cullen, I'm going to present you with a pin tonight. And with this comes no special privileges, Cullen.
I've heard a lot of times.
You gotta stop at every, Captain Velati, by the way, is here with me tonight. He's gonna help pin this on, my good Captain Velati, he commands our road patrol division, Cullen, just so you know. And he wants to make sure you know you have to stop at every stop sign, obey every speed limit. And as I tell all the Eagle Scouts, Cullen, Godspeed and don't speed. We're very proud of you. You're a great young man. And we're proud of you. Thank you again.
Okay, is there anyone else who'd like to present Cullen with anything? Come on up now. Well, you can, girls. All right. Cullen, I did hear from the chief of the Mahopac Fire Department. He said when you complete your studies, your college studies, they have an application for you down at the fire department to join. So thank you so much. We really appreciate everyone being here tonight as we acknowledge and recognize Cullen for his acts of bravery and heroics, for saving the lives of the two young ladies who are here tonight on November 10th. So Cullen, once again, on behalf of everyone that's here, thank you so much for everything that you've done, and we appreciate whatever going forward. The best of luck to you, and we wish you the best of luck. And come around sometime if you'd like to. And I know that you and the girls are probably friends for life now, I'm sure. You know, sometimes an act of courage like this and bravery brings people together, and they're never going to forget you, and I don't think you're ever going to forget them. So stay in touch, guys, with Cullen. He's a great guy. Thank you so much for being here. Cullen, did you want to say a few words?
Sure.
I'm sure you have a few, right?
I don't really know what to say, but I'm truly honored that I'm being recognized, and I really do hope that if anyone was in the situation of a car or any form of accident, that someone would do the same for me. So, I mean, I'm just truly honored, and I can't really put into words how I feel, but I'm really appreciative. So, thank you guys very much.
Okay, if everybody would to please, if you'd like to stick around, I'm going to ask you to stay for a little while, because the Chief of Police, Mike Kazari, and Sheriff Don Smith are going to be presenting some police officers that we have here tonight with department recognition for bravery as well, for heroics that they demonstrated at the scene of a serious structure fire up in Carmel last month, where there were residents of a senior housing complex that were safely evacuated because of the actions of the police officers and first responders on the scene that night. So we're going to be recognizing those police officers, so if you'd like to stick around, we appreciate you would. If not, that's okay also, but we're going to be recognizing them as well. We're going to go right into that in a couple of minutes. Thank you. We're going to take like a 5 or 10 minute break. Yeah, that's good. People just going to give, Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get started with the award presentations for the police officers. So if everybody could take a seat, we'd really appreciate it, so we can get started with the program. Tell them to turn the volume up a little, right? All right. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get started now. So if everybody could take a seat, so we can move on with the program this evening. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, the second part of the presentation program tonight, we have Police Chief Michael Kazari. Lieutenant John Dearman is here also. Putnam County Sheriff Don Smith, and Putnam County Sheriff's Captain Tom Velati is here as well. And we have members of the Putnam County Sheriff's Department tonight with us as well. There's 2 Carmel police officers, Sergeant Robert Behan and Police Officer Neil Brown from Town of Carmel PD, and Sergeant Thomas Lee of the Putnam County Sheriff's Department are going to be presented with department recognition for their acts of bravery and heroism at the scene of a structure fire here in the town of Carmel last month, where occurred at a senior citizen housing development, and the officers' actions probably or more than likely saved the lives of the residents that resided in that senior housing complex. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to Police Chief Mike Kazari for the presentation of the awards and department recognition. Chief?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, Town Board. Would Neil Brown, Robert Bean, and Thomas Lee come up here, please? So, on November 15th, at around 3:53 a.m., there was a 911 call of a structure fire at Houston Commons, like the supervisor said. It's a senior housing apartments on Gables Way. When Officer Brown arrived, he learned that there was a visually impaired gentleman on the third floor that was still inside his apartment. The fire was coming through the roof and out one side of the building. Without any thought, Officer Brown went in, found the man, escorted him out. When Sergeants Behan and Sergeants Lee from the Sheriff's Office arrived, the three officers went through the complex, clearing the apartments, and they did find two more tenants that were still inside while the fire was going. They got those people out. And thanks to their brave actions, those three people are alive, very brave. So the Town of Carmel Police Department wants to award these fine, brave officers meritorious police duty, and I have 3 plaques for them. For Sergeant Bean. Thank you very much. Officer Brown. And thank you, sir. Thank you. And I'll turn this over to the sheriff.
Well, again, I'd like to thank Carmel Supervisor Kenny Schmidt, the town board, and of course Chief Mike Kazari for inviting us to be here tonight. We have always felt close to the Carmel Police Department, and as you know, we've had a special relationship during this past year. We've always worked together, but we've even worked closer together this past year. And so I just want to join Chief Kazari with Captain Velati joining us, and of course Lieutenant Dearman, in recognizing these 3 brave officers. You know, I said earlier that there was bravery with the greatest generation, but there's bravery still today. And I can just tell you, every day, the police officers, the firefighters, and the emergency medical first responders in Putnam County are out there doing their duty in all kinds of weather, under all kinds of conditions. And in the world we live in today, the world where there's terrorism, Senator, as you know, you never know. There's no such thing as a routine traffic stop even. The chief covered the details of the fire. I just want to add one thing, and that is when you go into a burning building, there's all kinds of ways that you can get in trouble and not come out. And if I'm correct, I believe ceilings were starting to come down when you gentlemen were in the building. And we know from what happened out in Oakland that people die from smoke inhalation as well. So in addition to our civilian hero, our 19-year-old Cullen, we're honoring 3 of our own, 3 from the Thin Blue Line tonight. And I'm very, very proud to recognize Officer Neil Brown. Congratulations. Bob Bean, Sergeant Bean, who has been a great member of our Putnam County Traffic Safety Board. There's a meeting tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Please be there. And of course, somebody said Tommy, and then they corrected themselves and said Tom Lee. Well, I grew up with Bobby Lee and Tommy Lee, so he's Tommy Lee to me. So, Sergeant Lee. We're so proud of you. Please join me. We're so proud of you. Thankfully, that night, we had no human casualties, and it's thanks to the good work that you and our firefighters and everyone did that night, our emergency medical first responders. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a joyous holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. All the best to you and your families. Thank you for what each of you do each and every day. Chief, thank you so much. Oh, and by the way, I don't want to just give Cullen the pins without you guys. Can't have them? They can't take them? Okay. No, I'm not taking them. I'm just giving them the pin. No, I'm not recruiting tonight. Congratulations, sir. Thank you all very much. Thank you all tonight.
Hang on one second, gentlemen, before you leave. Senator Murphy, would you like to say a few words to the officers?
Sure. Supervisor, thank you so much. The sheriff said a mouthful, though. You know what, with regards to our first responders, to our police officers, a routine stop is not routine anymore. And for what you guys do on the road and what you do saving people's lives, literally, again, tonight's just one of these incredible nights that, you know, we're blessed to be surrounded by police officers like you. A gentleman, a 19-year-old gentleman, Cullen, who saved two little kids' lives, two beautiful 17-year-old girls' lives. Guys, thank you. Thank you on behalf of New York State. Thank you on behalf of the 40th Senate District. And thank you on behalf of, as a parent, knowing that we have brave people like you running into fires and taking care of our community to keep it as safe as it is. And Chief, keep up the great work. Thanks so much.
Assemblyman-elect Kevin Byrne, would you like to say a few words?
Sure. Thank you, Supervisor. So I've known Sergeant Lee for many years growing up, even with when the sheriff's office used to have its own bagpipe band, right, Sheriff? I think you were a CEO at one point, so I've known you for many years. And I just want to say one thing. Obviously, congratulations to you all. Thank you for everything you guys do. But just like the sheriff said and the senator said, we have two great examples of with 19-year-old Cullen and then what happened with that fire in Carmel. And nothing short of a miracle. Both instances, nothing short of a miracle, and it's because of people like you. So I just want to say thank you.
Okay. Would anybody else like to say anything for the officers that received recognition? Probably not, right? Okay. Oh yeah, Neil, you have your parents said you have a speech.
Neil likes to
No, Bob, Tommy. All right. On behalf of the Town of Carmel Town Board, I know it was all said this evening. The chief, the sheriff, and those other speakers. We thank you so much for everything that you do day in and day out to protect the lives and property of the residents, business owners of not only the Town of Carmel but Putnam County as well. So we're very fortunate to have such great police officers here working for the Town of Carmel and Putnam County, along with the other officers that are here too. Thank you so much for all that you do day in and day out for all of us. Thank you so much, and we appreciate it. Keep up the good work. Have a great night, guys. Thank you.
Supervisor, you're going to do this again next week, right?
Yeah.
Guys, right. See you.
It comes in threes though, right?
Yeah.
First Michelle.
Right.
So let's hope not. Let's hope not.
Yeah, no more Liberty medals.
Great job.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah.
Group in Pleasant Valley. Morning, Carmel.
Thanks so much.
That's coming. Yes.
Okay.
Good job. Yeah, it's nice. Thanks. Thank you. Good job, guys. Where'd everybody go? Wait a minute.
The meeting's not
Back
over.
there, right? Huh? Those are the two candidates, the two police candidates that the sheriff's bringing in.
The chief's.
Oh, Sandy, not the sheriff.
We waive the notice of reading of the public hearing?
Do whatever you
Okay,
want.
Dominic, are we still live? I guess we are. Okay. All right, so that was positive recognition, and once again, just like to thank, it's all been said this evening. We'd like to thank Cullen Malzo once again for his acts of bravery in saving the two young ladies, and the police officers for their recognition in alerting the residents of Houston Commons that their building was on fire and to safely evacuate. So thank you all once again. Okay, we're going to move on to our agenda this evening, and the first item is a public hearing to hear objections to assessment rolls for the operation and maintenance of the improvements of the garbage, sewer, and water districts for fiscal year 2017. So, Town Clerk Ann Spoff, would you please read the notice of the public hearing?
Notice is hereby given that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, pursuant to Town Law Section 202A, will conduct a public hearing at the Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, on Wednesday, December 7th, 2016, at 7 p.m. or soon thereafter that evening as possible for the following purpose: to consider the 2017 tentative assessment rolls of Carmel Sewer Districts number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and extensions thereto, as well as Carmel Water Districts number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, and extensions thereto, as well as the Town of Carmel Garbage District. Be it further noticed that the 2017 tentative assessment rolls may be inspected at the Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, during normal business hours. At said public hearing, all interested persons shall be heard on the subject thereof. The Town Board will make every effort to assure that the public hearing is accessible to persons with disabilities. Anyone requiring special assistance and/or reasonable accommodations should contact the Town Clerk. By order of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, Ann Spofford, Town Clerk.
Okay, Ann, thank you so much for the reading of the public notice. I need a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Second?
So moved by Councilman Lombardi, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the public hearing is now open. Is there anyone that would like to come up and comment on the public hearing this evening?
Being that there's no one here from the public to comment on the public hearing, I move to close the public hearing.
Very good. Thank you,
Second.
Frank. Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the public hearing is now over. And thank you, Ann. I appreciate it. You do have to stick around, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so, first item on the voting meeting agenda tonight is a resolution authorizing the additions and deletions to the active list of the Mahopac Volunteer Fire Department. Councilman Lombardi, would you read that resolution, please?
Sure. Resolved, the Town Board of Town of Carmel authorizes the addition of the following names from the active to the active list of the Mahopac Volunteer Fire Department: Samantha Valdez, Michael Armistead, Justin Morelli, Joseph Geary, Kellyanne Carmada, Kevin Swain, Dylan McDonough. Resolved, the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the removal and/or deletion of the following names from the active list of the Mahopac Volunteer Fire Department: Ronald W. Shipp, William D. Spain Jr., Roger Cincesor, Aaron Zouder, Laura Matos, Sarah Roche, Anthony Giussini, and Joseph Giussini. I offer the resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 2, is a resolution to advertise for bids. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read number 2, please?
Resolved that pursuant to the request of Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt, the Town Board authorizes, Town Board
hereby authorizes Town Clerk Ann Spofford to advertise for bids for the purchase of 5 new Town of Carmel vehicles to be utilized by various town departments, and be it further resolved that the town supervisor is to furnish detailed specifications for the above to the town clerk to be used in conjunction with the town's general bid conditions and specifications. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 3, is a resolution authorizing a submission of a statement of delinquent Town of Carmel Water District and Sewer District charges for re-levying on the 2017 county and town tax bill. Councilwoman McDonough, would you read that resolution, please? Number 3.
Short resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, pursuant to Section 198 of the Town Law of the State of New York, hereby authorizes submission of the attached statements of delinquent water and sewer charges for the town's water and sewer districts prepared by the Town Comptroller's Office and attached hereto and made a part hereof to the Putnam County Legislature for the re-levying of such charges on the 2017 county and tax bill. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution is a resolution authorizing the rejection of bids and authorizing re-advertising for bids. Councilman Lombardi, would you read 4, please?
Resolved that pursuant to the request of the Town of Carmel Chief of Police Michael Kazari, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby rejects all bids received in connection with the purchase of police uniforms for fiscal year 2017. And be it further resolved, the Town Board hereby authorizes Town Board authorizes Town Clerk Ann Spofford to re-advertise for bids in connection with the aforesaid project. And be it further resolved that the Chief of Police is hereby to furnish detailed specifications for the above to Town Clerk to be used in conjunction with the town's general bid conditions and specifications. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
You sure it's authorized, Councilman Lombardi? I'm not really
That is
sure.
written as read.
As read, authorized, okay.
Ditto.
As read.
As read, okay. All right, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution. Number 5 is a resolution authorizing acceptance of a proposal and authorizing entry into a lease agreement for two-way radio communication equipment for the Town of Carmel Police Department. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 5, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Chief of Police Michael Kazari, hereby accepts the proposal of New York Communications, Poughkeepsie, New York, for the lease of two-way radio communication equipment and support to be utilized by the Town of Carmel Police Department for a term of 84 months at a monthly cost not to exceed $3,914. And be it further resolved that Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the proposal and authorize the actions contained herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 6, is a resolution awarding a bid for dry cleaning of police department uniforms. Susie, would you read 6, please?
Sure. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel has previously authorized advertisement for the solicitation of bids for dry cleaning of police department uniforms for the Town of Carmel Police Department in fiscal year 2017, and where such bids were received and opened on November 15th, 2016. And whereas Chief of Police Michael Kazari has recommended the awarding of the bid as set forth hereafter. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby awards the dry cleaning of police department uniforms to Sal's Dry Cleaning, 141 Route 6, Mahopac, New York, to the lowest responsible bidder who met specifications. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 7, is a resolution authorizing the award of contract for purchase of bulk road salt for the Town of Carmel Highway Department. Councilman Lombardi, would you read 7, please?
Resolved the Town Board of Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent Michael Simone, hereby authorizes the award of bid contract for the purchase of bulk road salt for the Town of Carmel Highway Department for the period commencing retroactive to September 1, 2016 through August 31, 2017 to Morton Salt, Inc., Chicago, Illinois, under Putnam County Office of Purchasing Contract Number PC 67022 at a price of $84.16 per ton. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, resolution number 8
God bless
is
you.
a resolution authorizing hiring of seasonal employee for the Town of Carmel Assessor's Office. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 8, please?
God bless
Bless
you.
you.
Yes. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the hiring of Michael Martin in the office of the Town Assessor on a seasonal basis commencing retroactive to October 17th, 2016 at an hourly rate of $25. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, that completes the Town Board voting meeting agenda items for this evening. I think we can just go on to announcements.
I agree.
All right, since the only person remaining here is a reporter, I don't think you want to come up and make any announcements, do you, Bob? Okay. All right. This weekend, actually this Saturday, December 10th, the 3 local fire departments in the Town of Carmel, Carmel Fire Department, Mahopac Fire Department, and Mahopac Falls Fire Department, are all going to be having their candy cane runs. So, John, wait for the truck to come by and you go out and get your candy cane. Susie, I know you do every year.
I do every year.
I know you do, so
Run
look
on.
for them. All right, so they're all going to be out this Saturday. Santa will be stopping by to say hi and give out candy canes with the help from the Carmel Fire Department elves. That's Carmel Fire Department. That's Saturday, December 10th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure to listen for the fire truck sirens. The fire trucks, and that's when it's time for you to go out to the end of your driveway, and the truck will be there to give out candy canes to your children. The Mahopac Fire Department is also this Saturday again, December 10th, beginning at 9 a.m. Mahopac's bravest will be escorting Santa Claus all around town via fire truck to deliver candy canes to the children. Keep your coats near the door. When you hear the sirens coming, Santa is near. We are collecting for the Toys for Tots program as well. If you'd like to contribute, one of our elves will graciously accept the new unwrapped toy during this event. Please be advised that our arrival may be delayed due to any fire, rescue, or emergency medical call that we must respond to. The members of the Mahopac Fire Department would like to wish everyone a safe and healthy upcoming holiday season. That's Mahopac. Mahopac Falls is also Saturday, December 10th. Santa rides with the Mahopac Falls Volunteer Fire Department and gives candy canes to the children. They have 4 routes, Route 1, Route 2, Route 3, and Route 4. I'm not going to go down each individual street.
That's in Mahopac News?
Yeah.
So that they can look
Yeah,
at
they
Mahopac
can look
News
at, yeah,
and-
this, ladies and gentlemen, this is in Mahopac News. So if you, which everybody should be receiving at their homes through your mail, you'll see the schedule of when Santa is going to be out on those routes. Right, and here's a message from Santa. Santa Claus at the North Pole has stated that he will be coming to Mahopac Falls on Saturday, December 10th, starting at 10 a.m. Because the reindeer are resting up for their long journey on Christmas Eve, Santa has asked the Mahopac Falls Volunteer Fire Department and his helpers so that he can get around town to see all the girls and boys for their last-minute instructions for Christmas. Since Santa loves to ride the fire trucks, the fire department will be driving Santa to different locations throughout the Mahopac Falls area. Candy canes will be given to each child who comes to speak, and Santa is asking that all families in the Mahopac Falls Fire District leave cookies and milk out for him on Christmas Eve, so that's what it says in here.
Did you just add that for yourself?
I did add it, yeah. So for Santa, for when he arrives at your house, when he comes down the
Kenny
chimney.
to come over?
All right, does any other board members have any announcements,
Yeah,
Susie?
Kenny, I just wanted to mention that the Putnam Arts Council is having their sale. It's a gift sale, and they have really great stuff. I went up last year, and they have jewelry and artwork and pottery. I believe during the week they open up at 12. I'm not sure what time they close, so just go online. But they are open for your gifts for Christmas, for Hanukkah, until the 11th, I believe. So you should really, everybody should go up there and support them.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're a great organization.
Yes.
They do a lot for the community, so please come out and support the Putnam Arts Council.
Yep.
Okay, thanks, Susie. Frank, I know you have something?
I have a couple, yeah. Just first, on behalf of the town, once again, we want to thank the Hamlet of Carmel Civic Association for putting on a very wonderful Norman Rockwell-esque type of day last Saturday from 9 in the morning until basically 9 at night. It was a wonderful event, and everybody had a great time, so thank you for all your efforts in that. We had some new floats that were really, really, I mean, better than Thanksgiving.
amazing.
It was better than Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. The other thing is, this is our first meeting since Thanksgiving, so I want to thank everyone who contributed to our Thanksgiving food drive. We fed over 50 families, made donations to both the St. John's and St. James food pantries. So in particular, there's obviously many people to thank, including the employees here at Town Hall for filling up that box in the hallway a few times over. But in addition, I want to thank Stu Leonard's, Mayapack Inn, both the Mayapack and Mayapack Falls Fire Departments for the donations of turkeys, as well as several other families and individual donors that were listed in the paper. In addition, I want to thank Ann for all her efforts for this yet again, doing this with us. And in addition, also from the middle school, Principal DeGrande, Vice Principal O'Connor, and of course, the Guidance Department and Lynn Mongan for their dedication to this cause year after year. Hopefully, one day we won't have to do it, but until that day comes, we will continue to do what we need to do to help out our families here in town.
Okay, and Frank, thank you for all your help with that effort as well. You know, we appreciate it, the community appreciates it, and I know you've been doing it, involved in it for year after year after year, and
It's a good cause.
you know, it's a great cause as well. So John, you didn't have anything? I'm good. Okay. All right. So we do have executive session this evening that we need to go into with Police Chief Mike Kazari and Lieutenant John Dearman regarding a personnel matter. So we're going to be closing the meeting from executive session. We're not going to be coming back out. The next time we meet here publicly will be next Wednesday, December 14th, for a town board work session. And we're also going to be presenting, it's probably a good opportunity for me to let them know, next Wednesday at the work session, the town assessor is going to be here as well, and also representatives from the New York State Office of Real Property Services. We're going to be giving an update to the community on the reval project, the revaluation reassessment project that's been ongoing here in the town of Carmel for about a year and a half now. They're going to give us an update on that, a status report, if you will. They'll be here to answer questions that the residents may have with respect to the reval. So you'll have an opportunity next Wednesday to listen to where the project is at currently and a timeline going forward when we anticipate that the reval is going to be completed. So that'll be a very important public informational meeting regarding the townwide revaluation project. That's next Wednesday, December 14th. So I need a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Okay, so moved by Councilman Lombardi, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, good night, everyone. Be well. We'll see you here next Wednesday, December 14th.